What's the deal? So I really need to make this video because I just feel like I want to use my platform, I guess, to like try to help with what I'm trying to do. I'm the type of person I be feeling like I got it, I can do it, I got it figured out, I can make it happen by myself. But honestly, just being honest and being real about the situation, like I genuinely know, like I don't know where to start. I know I don't got all the right resources. I know I don't have the funds to be able to do what I want and to help the way that I want to help. So yeah, I don't know what this video is gonna do, but you just never know. So yesterday, right? Just for the safety of this little girl, I'm not gonna say her name and I'm not gonna say where I was at. That doesn't matter. I was in the hood or whatever, and I was chilling with my people. And I was just like going back and forth to the car and back to the porch, then to the car. Then this little girl, she was on her scooter and she rode past while I was walking to the car. And she saw me and she was just like, "You are so pretty," while she was just going past. And I was like, "Thank you." Like it just caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying? I told her thank you. And, by the time I looked up, she was down the street. About 15 minutes afterwards, I was back at the porch or walking up to the porch, and she was like, "I like your hair." And I was like, "Thank you." And she was like, "Did you do it yourself?" And I was like, "Yeah." Now, mind you, this is a small little girl, you know what I'm saying? So when she asked me, like, "Did you do it yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "It looks good." And I was just like, "Oh, like, I can't really explain it. I feel like if you know, then you know. But like, a kid complimenting you is top tier, period. I don't care what nobody say. Top tier. Yeah, like I don't know, it just kind of like made my little day or whatever. Now, mind y'all, it is just a regular little ponytail. Like I didn't even have the two ponytails in yesterday, so it was just one fucking ponytail. Again, she's on her scooter, so she's just up and down the block, just minding her own little business. So about another 10 minutes go past, and I'm standing at the car again. We kind of like made eye contact. Now at this time, she's sitting on the porch that's next door to where I was at. I just looked over there and I ended up catching eye contact with the little girl, and she smiled at me and I smiled at her, and she was like, "I like your nails." And I was like, "Thank you." You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, this baby just keep complimenting me. And she like, "I like your nails." And I'm like, "Thank you." And she was like, at this time I'm walking towards her because she asked me could she see him. So when I walked up to her, I just, like went like this so she could see my nails. And she was like, "They are so pretty." And she was like, "Where did you go?" And I was like, "To a nail salon." And she was like telling me like, "Oh, they did a good job because when I went to go get my nails done, I didn't like it. I told them I wanted all white and I wanted diamonds. And they did white and pink and white and pink and diamonds on 2 fingers. And I did not like it." That's how she's talking to me, right? So I'm just like, okay, I know that's right. Like, cause I'm grown. If I don't like my nails, it's a problem. If I tell you what I want on my nails and you don't give me what I want, it's a problem. So for her to say it, it was just like, okay, this little girl is advanced. After that, she ended up asking me, she said, "How you doing today?" Y'all, again, this is a child. She's very, very pretty, very well spoken. So when she asked me, like, I said, "Fuck my day. How your day going?" Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say it, but it was just like in my brain. I'm just like, what the fuck? No, don't ask me that. Let me ask you that. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, it kind of threw me off, and I looked at her like, "I'm doing good." I'm like, "How your day going?" And she like, "It's pretty good." And I'm like, "You speak so well." Like, and it was just so crazy how this girl gravitated to me. Now, mind you, she just been up and down the block all day. And, I just was minding my own business or whatever. But it's like, soon as I came over to show her my nails, it was just like, she just started talking and fuck, I'm gonna talk back. You know what I'm saying? I love kids. Anybody that know me know I do not play when it comes to no kids. It was something about her. I don't really want to describe her neither, but it was something about her that reminded me of my little sister Sahara. I just like fell in love with her like instantly. I'm just like, you could just tell like she got a lot of personality, like, and she a sweet little girl. Like you could just tell. I got this thing where like I see my brothers and little boys, or I see my sisters and little girls. So I just treated her as if she was my baby sister instantly. I asked her, I was like, you at your friend's house? I said, this your friend? And she was like, yeah, she's quiet. She don't really talk that much. I'm like, oh, okay. She was talking about school, and she was like, she was happy that it's the summertime. She said, but her teachers is still making her do work for the summer. And she like, I don't think we should do work for the summer. Like, that should be our break. And I was like, well, do you like school? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, how your grades going? And she was like, they're good. And she was like, I will show you my report card, but I will have to go all the way down there. And she pointed all the way down the street. I was like, oh, okay. So she was like, what time is it? So I looked at my phone and I told her what time it was. And she was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to wait. And then I'm just kind of like, wait for what? You know what I'm saying? And she told me that she's locked out of the house. And I'm like, why you locked out the house? And she was like, my mom not there. And I'm like, okay. And she said, she won't be back until 7. Now, I don't want to say too much. Again, I'm trying to word it where I can tell y'all the story, but still, the time that I gave her meant she had X amount of hours. This ain't no the next 30 minutes to she only got an hour left. Like, no. So at this time, it's kind of getting cold. The sun then went away. I'm thinking it's going to rain because it's gloomy. Like, if y'all in Detroit, y'all know how our weather been. So like, it was kind of like gloomy. It's getting cold. She got on some shorts and stuff like that. So I looked at her. I'm like, so what you going to do if it start raining? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, you don't know? And she was like, well, I'll just sit right here and then maybe I'll just walk to the store. And she was saying like she not going to stay in the store, but maybe she'll just walk to the store and get her some stuff so she can get out the rain. But then she had to leave out the store at some point. So when she said this, I'm like, I don't like that idea. Like, what? No, 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 fuck no. So I'm like, instantly, like, I'm like, you be walking to the store by yourself? And she like, sometimes my friends walk with me, she said, but a lot of times I walk by myself. Excuse me? I said, how old are you? She said, I'm 11. Then she told me her birthday. She said her birthday is coming up. I don't want to say when her birthday is, but I know her birthday. So when I'm like, you be walking by yourself? She said, yeah. And she had this little purse around her. And she said, and she tapped it. And she said, but I got something. And she stopped herself. And then she was like, well, I have protection. And I was like, what you got? Because I want to know. Because, baby, what's up? You walking around these parts by yourself. That's not safe. So she said, it's just some pepper spray. I said, okay. I said, do you know how to use it? She said, yeah. She said, my mom showed me how to do it. And I was like, have you ever practiced like getting it out your purse? And she was like, no. She said her mom only showed her one time. And I was like, well, you need to make sure that you got it when you walking by yourself, where you don't have to be trying to dig in your bag. I'm like, if anything happened, you need to be able to grab it immediately, like quick. And she was like, okay. Again, she's so small. She's so small, right? I'm like, you be careful walking around here by yourself. Now, mind you, I don't want to say what area she in, but she's in the hood. Like, if you just ride over there, you can just tell. Like, it's the hood, my nigga. Like, it ain't even like it's not an area where it looks nice or it you can like, no, you flat out just know, like, this the hood, nigga, period. Like, there's no way around this shit. Instantly in my head, I'm just like, y'all, anybody that follow me on social media, especially Instagram, y'all know I do not play about them kids, bro. And I always post when a kid go missing or type of shit. And that's all I could think in my fucking head. Like, this little girl be walking around this bitch by herself. She locked out the fucking house for hours. by herself? Like, what if she gotta run away from something, or what if she need to go pee or any fucking thing? Like, fuck do you mean? Then she don't got a phone, like nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It really hurt my feelings hearing her say that. I'm like, what you gonna go to the store and get? And she was like, oh, water. This baby wanted some water. I didn't ask too many questions. I wasn't trying to like get nothing out of her. I didn't want to like get information out of her. Like, that wasn't my intentions or nothing. Like, I'm just like, I didn't even want to be too curious. Like, where your mama at? Like, where she go? Like, da da da. Like, I didn't want to say much. Like, where your daddy at? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I don't know how long she been outside. Like, I don't know nothing. You know. So when she said she wanted a water, I'm like, okay, I'll go to the store for you, so you don't gotta walk. And she was like, no, you don't have to do that. And I was like, yeah, I do. So I asked her, like, what else do you want from the store? And she was like, some chips. And I was like, okay. I said, what else do you want? She said, nothing, that's it. I said, okay, I got you. I'll be right back. She goes in her bag, pull out $20, and she tried to give it to me. And I'm like, keep your money. And she's like, no, please take it. So at this point, I'm walking away from her to get in the car. And I'm like, no. I'm like, you okay, baby? Like, I don't want your money. She turns around to my sister and says, she won't take my money. And my sister, like, she don't know what's going on, because this whole time I done had a conversation with this girl by myself. But instantly, when I didn't take the money, she literally just turned and just started talking to my sister like she won't take my money. And it was like she was panicking in a way. And my sister thought it was funny at first because she don't know what's going on. So my sister like laughing, and she was like, no, she like, you good. She like, she ain't gonna take your money. So I leave. I go to the store. So we get her 2 bottles of water, a juice, 2 bags of chips, some cookies, some fruit snacks, a few little things, but I didn't want to get her too much stuff that she got to carry around. I don't know, but I didn't want to just get her a bag of chips and a water. Like, I just didn't want to do that. I'm like, I don't know if she ate. I don't know nothing, you know. I don't know. But we come back, and y'all, when I say I don't see this baby nowhere, I done jumped out the car. I'm like, where did she go? And they like, who? I'm like, the little girl I was just talking to. They like, oh, she next door. I'm like, no, she's not. They like, yeah, she is. I'm like, no, she's not. I already just asked. Like, I'm asking people. I'm like, I see the little girl. She was sitting on the porch. I'm like, where'd the little girl go? She was like, she went home. I'm like, where do she stay? She like, I don't know. Down there. So at this point, I done jumped back in the car. We done rolled down the street. We done rolled down so many blocks. Now we hitting blocks. I'm just like looking for her, to the point where like it really bothered me how bad. Like, I was just like, where, I'm literally in my head, like, where is you at? Like, where did you go? I'm like, damn, maybe I should have just took the money from her and just didn't use it or spend it, and then gave it back to her, so that way I knew she had just stayed put, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, she don't know me like that. What if she thought like I really wasn't gonna come back? Like, I don't know. Like, my brain just started thinking of all type of shit. I'm like, is she okay? Like, where is her house? Like, can she get back in the house like instant? Y'all, cannot make this shit up. Like, even repeating this shit right now, it's like I still feel like saying it is not enough to get a person to understand how I really felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the person I'm in a car with, like, she know everything. She done heard the whole conversation. She done heard every time this girl spoke to me and what we was talking about, to the point where like she panicking, like we literally looking for her. So I go back to the block, and I was just like, okay, maybe she will come back. And I just sat there for like 3 minutes, y'all, and I was just so worried. Like, when I just say like, oh my God, I was so fucking worried. And next thing I know, I see her come out of another house, and she started walking towards me, and my whole face just lit up. And I'm just like, girl, I was looking for you. I'm like, I thought you left. And she was like, no, I went to go play the game. Like, I was waiting for you. And I was just like, okay, I got something for you. So I go to the cart, and I just get her this bag full of stuff. And when I say like, she was just so happy, and she was just like, you didn't have to do this. And I was like, yeah, I did. Like, and I told her when I gave her the bag, I said, I gave you enough snacks that if you want to share, you can. I said, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. This is for you. So she said, okay. She said, thank you. Boom, right? So at this point, I'm chilling. I'm kind of just like, it's a lot going on this block anyway. So about 5 more minutes go past. She come back outside and she walk up to me and she gives me this. I've been wearing this since she gave it to me. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. And when she gave it to me, I'm like, I seen it on her wrist earlier when I was talking to her, but like, I don't know. I didn't even want to take it, but in a way I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so hard to explain. Like, because I know somebody would probably be like, well, why would you take that baby bracelet? But it was just like, I knew that was her way. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard to explain. You just gotta know if you know. So I put it on my wrist and I was like, what is your name? And she told me her name. And I was like, okay, I'm Rocky. And she was like, that's a pretty name. And this girl, the way she fucking talks, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I'm really just trying to like, just tell y'all the story and whatever. I ended up writing my phone number on a card. And by the time I was trying to give it to her, she was already gone again. So I was just like, chill, don't go into panic mode. I'm not leaving until I give her this card. So we was chilling and I see her outside again. So I just watched her and she sat on the curb of the street, which I felt like was dangerous. I don't know. I'm just answering like, why are you sitting right there? What if a car don't see you? Like, no, maybe you want to scoot back or something. I don't know. But when she sat down on the curb, she had put her head in her lap with her bag next to her. I walked up and I sat on the curb with her and I was like, you okay? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, you sure? And she was like, no. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she was like, I got yelled at. I said, you got yelled at? She said, yeah, by my mom. I said, oh, she's back. She said, yeah. I said, so that means you can get in the house now and you don't got to wait until 7, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, why did she yell at you? And she said, because I won't share my snacks with my brother. And I was like, okay, why you don't want to share your snacks with your brother? I'm just asking at this point because I already told you what I told you, but I just want to know. She like, he don't never share anything with me, so I didn't want to share with him. And she just started crying, y'all. When I say like she just crying real bad, that it like broke my heart. Like all I could do was just like rub her back and just talk to her. And then again, I'm a stranger, so it's not much I can really do without, like she's still somebody else's kid. They don't know me. I don't know her, so I'm just trying not to cross no fucking boundaries. Like even when I went to the store, I wanted to put her ass in the car with me and go to the store and let her pick out her own shit. But I'm like, I don't think that's smart to do neither. I just rubbed her and I was just like, don't let that ruin your day, because this baby been smiling and going back and forth to different houses and on her scooter all day, like, and now she's just so sad. And I'm like, don't let that ruin your day. I'm like, you know why you don't want to share it, and that's okay. I'm like, you just doing what's fair. Like if he don't share with you, you don't have to share with him. I'm like, and that's why I told you these are your snacks. You don't have to share, and it's okay. Don't cry. And she got herself together and she was just like, okay. It just seemed like she just needed a reminder, like, you okay. You don't got to share. It's okay. If he's mad, let him be mad. She said thank you. And I told her to be careful sitting on the curb. And I had gave her the card with my phone number. And I was like, I don't care what it is. I'm like, even if you out here by yourself, if the door locked, if you feel like you're not safe, like anything, call me. And she was like, okay. And I was like, repeat the number, because I wanted to make sure she could read the number that I wrote on the card. So she repeated my phone number and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, use it whenever you need to. Y'all, I don't know. Got herself together and she went back into another house to play some games. I'm sitting on the porch with my people that live over there, and I was just like, man, like that baby. And the person that lives over there was like, the whole block love that little girl. And I was just like, it's not hard to believe. I'm like, I love her. I don't even know her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just instantly like, Where's your mama? You know what I'm saying? Instantly. Like, first of all, like, you got this baby walking to the store, ain't that motherfucking close. It's not. You get what I'm saying? And then on top of that, again, it's the fact that she gravitated to me. And on top of that, it's like, bro, if you follow me on Instagram, I literally talk about this a lot. I repost missing children a lot. So it's just like, bitch, are you dumb? Would I be able to do her hair for her birthday? And I was just like, I would love to do your hair for your birthday. Like, now, mind you, I don't care if I got to YouTube some shit, TikTok some shit. I don't care if I got to go back to that block and we just sit outside on the motherfucking porch of my people's house. Whatever this girl needs me to do, I'm going to do. I literally know her birthday and I got something to do that day, but I'm going to go out of my way to get myself together early enough that I can go see her for her birthday. We see her coming up the block and it's two boys behind her. And she hands him a bag of chips, but she just looked like she is just so heartbroken. And he's still just like following her and just trying to get in her bag, her little snack bag that I gave her. To the point where my brothers, we all sitting on the porch and my brother's like, hey, leave her alone. Them her snacks. He like, I'm not bothering her. He like, she gave you some chips, right? He like, yeah. He like, all right, that's it. Like, stop messing with her. Cause the way that they was following her, even if that was her blood brother or one of the boys on the block, I don't fucking know. I don't care. You could just tell she gave you a bag of chips. Leave her alone. Like, she just so sad. Like, and I just did not like that. That I'm so glad because before I could even get it out, my brothers then stood up. And mind you, we're grown. They stood up like, hey, all right, that's enough. Leave her alone. Stop following her. Get out her bag. That's hers. And you could just tell like she was just so fucking happy that somebody was speaking up for her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to say bye to her or nothing. But yeah, so I hadn't seen Sahara, which is my blood little sister. I hadn't seen Sahara in almost 2 years. And I hadn't seen my brother neither in like almost 2 years. So all while this is going on, my big sister like somebody pull up and my big sister like, damn, hold on. Cause y'all don't even know y'all here at the same time. And I heard her, but I didn't think she was talking about me. And she like, hey, September, come here. I'm like, all right. So the way that I was positioned, I couldn't see nothing until I like walked back on the sidewalk and I see my brother. Nah, this is my brother that we got each other about 2 years. I'm 2 years older than him. That's literally my first child type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the same mama, same daddy, you know, and I hadn't seen him. I'm still processing yesterday. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, me and my brother, we done went through a lot of shit. We done been through a lot of shit. But that's my baby. And it felt good seeing him. I ain't gonna lie, I really did. And after that, he was just like, I just dropped Sahara off around the corner. And I'm like, can I follow you to go see her? And he like, yeah. We go around the corner and I get to see Sahara. And it's so crazy how this little girl gravitated to me and I instantly was thinking about my sister and I hadn't seen my sister in 2 years. And then after her, I see Sahara. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? You know? I introduced myself to Sahara friend mama. Like, you know, she was over there at one of her friends that she go to school with houses. And I just felt like I need to meet the parent or, you know, somebody that like, and I'm like, is some boys in there? Like, fuck, some men in there? Like, what's up? Like, um, I That's just yesterday. Like, I cannot tell y'all how much just in the past week shit didn't happen pertaining kids around us. Like, even like having to like protect somebody else's kid, or like it have been situations where like a kid don't even know we making sure they good, you know? Like, I didn't grow up in a family like that just was like, you know, like successful or went to college or had they shit together type shit, you know, like, and it's just like I'm learning a lot of shit that just wasn't passed down because they didn't know it, they didn't do it, they didn't have it. And to another person on the outside, it's like it's easy to be like, oh well, that's easy, oh that's not hard, you should be able to do this, you should be able to do that, you should know this, you should know that. It's just like I'm trying. It's only so much I can do though, because I know it's a lot that I don't know. Um, Baby girl birthday is in 2 weeks. I don't know what I could do for her, but I want to do something. And the fact that she is the same age as my little sister make it even better for me, because it's just like I would love for them to meet each other. Um, the little girl called me yesterday. She didn't want nothing. She just called me, and I got her number. Well, she called me off her computer, and I just feel like it's so weird that like the government provide phones for grown people that's on Medicaid or food stamps, but it's like, what about these babies? What about these little kids that be out here in the fucking world but can't even dial 911 if they need to? Like, it gotta be something I can do. Like, it gotta be something. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, at first I had it all figured out for it's like, okay, tell this girl's story, and then maybe you can figure out something. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I be want to do back to school shit, but it's like, bro, I literally don't got the resources or the funds to really do the shit I want to fucking do. So this video, I don't know what we can do. I feel like it's not no more fucking rec centers no more. Like, when I was younger, we had rec centers. Like, I even fucking played basketball once upon a time and really was interested in the shit for real. Like, just because, like, I remember, like, if we didn't have nothing to eat at the crib, like, we could go to the rec and we for sure knew we was gonna eat and see our friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to do something like something. I don't know where to start. I got enough, and I got a couple of people that is willing to help. But I don't know. It got to be something we could do. Like, even if we could just buy, I don't know, some little. It ain't necessarily got to be expensive. They ain't got to be iPhones. Like, it could just be something to just get these babies these phones. They be outside in the world by themselves, no phones, no nothing. Like, that the person that was with me in the car, like, what if a fucking dog come? Where this girl gonna go if the door is locked? What if a fucking dog? Because it's some aggressive ass dogs around this bitch. I don't know if y'all know that or not, or if y'all just think like they don't fucking exist. But like anything, it's just like, I don't know. So it gotta be something. Like, people with mental health issues got a hotline they can call. People with domestic problems, they got a hotline they can call. What about a kid that's out that feel uncomfortable? What if about a kid that I don't fucking know is locked out the fucking house and don't feel safe? Like, it gotta be something. So Yeah. So I just make sure to put my info or whatever. Of course, I can't catch every comment, but I would make it separate for the people that just want to comment and the people that actually want to help, or I don't know, tell me some resources, plug something, help with something, donate to something. I don't know, but we got to figure something out for sure, though. So, yeah, that's the story. So, y'all have a good, I don't know, day, good night, depending on when this video come out. And if you have a kid, act like it for the people that don't. Like, and for the people that be seeing these kids, like, it's not gonna kill you, bro. Like, even if they not your people, your kids, even if, like, bro,